We survived. This is Kitkatla, the fighter. What we know and what's in our heart.
Land claims. Where's that word come from? Claim. There's no such thing as land claims. This land is ours. We're not going to lose an inch of our land. It's ours.
Kikasa, people of the salt water, we are recognized as our tradition, our adao, our ayao will never go away. It'll never go away. We keep up.
John.
At least 85% of the people here in Kitkatla are living below the poverty line. We're living in a third world country style. You would never stand for it in another society where our leadership live in an income below the poverty line. And yet we do here in Kitkatla. We tolerate that. We have a camaraderie, we have a family, we have a culture that under which we're able to survive. There's so much wealth in terms of family. There's so much wealth in terms of BAx pulling together.
Yeah, it was good at first, but then it just didn't do anything for anyone else. Everyone just stayed home and watched TV. No more gatherings, no more. Well, they had a lot of activities here before TV. They had everything going here. But ever since the TV came on, no one has the time. Too much TV. But then I noticed that the people are slacking off of the TV now. They know what it's doing to them. Yeah. A lot of them are turning them off now.
I always look at this island. I always wanted to stop in and see what it looked like. I always heard that they gardened on here.
Oh my God! Way up in there, really deep. Yeah.
Hey, living here or picking.
Yeah.
Little purple flowers.
Where?
There's just little ones.
Oh. It is.
Yeah.
But you know what? When I used to go pick them with Naa, she said if you get them when they're too old, it's no good. They're too tough.
We're picking some and we're going to show it to the old ladies and see what they say.
And there's a place in the past where I brought my grandmother. Just before she passed on, she goes, "Can you bring me to that island?" So I brought her there. You know, she crawled up there so fast and I was still trying to crawl up the rocks. And she looked around, she said, "Oh, you know, if you keep picking the one thing on that island, it'll keep growing." But she never went there for so many years when all this took over.
Yeah.
Those berries.
That's right.
See if it's ones that are used.
This must be this year.
It looks like it, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
the leaves.
It's called Sea Watch in English.
Oh, that's so
And it says that stems and leaf stalks of sea watch were eaten by Aboriginal people who called them wild celery. That's what the book says.
Oh yeah.
My mom and dad, they used to dry berries outside. I really want to do my berries this year, to dry it out in the sun, just like my mom did.
That was our own fruit. All those stuff that you mentioned, we didn't even have chips or candies in them days. Eh? But I don't know why we end up with dentures.
That's true.
We didn't have candy. But you know, I often say, how did they know what we could eat here? Way back. Like, how did they know? Pick yams and jaguets and, you know, how did they know we could eat them all? There's so much stuff that they ate.
Food. Yeah, that's what they lived on.
It wasn't until just now when my mom was saying they struggled. They worked really hard to get things for us. And now I know, you know, we're taking advantage of, we're not teaching that to the others. Don't take advantage of money and saying money's going to get you everything. You got to go out and get your food and things that are given to you around where you live. See, these are the leaves for them. And they're just like little red apples. Type. They're late. Soap berries. Our grandmothers, they had to pick, and they use that like a, you know, the whisk? That's what they use these for. Whisk their soap berries. See, look, my mom said there are some berries that are coming back she never seen. Okay, this is what they use for their roe on swanach, or herring eggs. It's the only type of tree they can use. They can't use any other. And you can chop the whole tree and put it in the water, and the herring will go all over it and put their eggs on there. That's edible. The gray berries on there are really sweet. Look, you could tell my grandson and his dad were here yesterday. Seaweed boards? Seaweed boards. Have you ever seen them? They make it out of a board, like flat board, and you dry your seaweed on there. That's what you use the red cedar for. They call halibascens. There's a lot of it out there. So like if you wanted a spring salmon or crab, you just go get it. What we need to eat, not a whole bunch. They go out and get their deer, their fish, their cockles, clams. My oldest son, there's 2 of them. They go out every day, and that's one thing I'm happy with them, that they never lost that. Not going to overweighty all the time.
You think they'll keep that way?
Hopefully. If we're allowed to get our own foods, we'll continue to do that. But if we're stopped, I guess we're going to have to fight for it.
What you take from the tree always turns out to something nice, so that's one thing we do. We thank the tree for what it's going to give us. Hey tree, I want this bark to go all the way up there. Here. Give me a nice one. Nice, beautiful bark. Something nice out of you. Scalpel, please.
Twist it till you get a longer piece.
No. That's it.
Better not, it's that cold.
Granny knot. My granny taught me how to tie it. I was allergic to clams one time, and my mum came out here and got this stuff. I was wondering what she was doing, and that's what she used on me.
Great fire starter too, eh?
Yeah. Smells good. Still smells the same way as it did when she used it on me.
I'm not poisoning these berries with this heater on my hand, am I?
Yeah. Not supposed to pick berries with that stuff in your hand.
Really? Because it's really strong on my hands.
No.
He's just trying to get the berries.
This makes the whole trip worthwhile.
You gonna grab it? This used to be our breakfast when we went fishing.
I used to eat this.
Oh, wow. I had this in New Zealand.
Oh, really?
But they water it down.
Oh.
They wash them in fresh water.
Oh.
And I was served with a bowl. But I went and just grabbed it.
We have a rich environment. When we spread our tables here with seafood, it's gourmet food. It's gourmet food. People can't afford them in their restaurants. It's our everyday food. It's our diet. The shelves in the superstores, in the food stores, we hear on the news how poisonous they are. I just recovered from cancer. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor of residential school. And my health was tarnished by eating a lot of garbage that I thought was good food. I should have stuck to my own diet, my ancestors. Now I'm going back to it. I'm going back to it. And it's made a big difference.
Dat maar nu echt toe net. De man, wat een school, nu petske goed is gegaan dan. Goeie hè? Ein. Gewiss hem gaan. Goeie. Oh. Goeie. Oh. Oh. Hey, that's neat. I didn't realize I knew how to do that.
Does it go through the fire?
Is that enough for now?
Yeah, that'll be enough for now, I guess. Well, that's good. Go on. She told me to open it because there's too much smoke now.
Halibut head smoked is so good. You hang them up like the whole head on a stick. It was just really spooky going. And then you got the bones hanging there. We're smoking the bones.
You know, Charles, my mom used to make 500 of these.
Whoa.
The one she'd take to the cannery when we moved. Oh, it smells so good.
Yeah?
As soon as they got up the house in Sunnyside, friends come. Grab one, and some seaweed, some herring eggs, dried herring eggs. Then they get together too and give her stuff to take home. Berries, rhubarb, crab apples.
I don't know how to sell food, so
Me
every
too.
time I
It's
got
always a
something, I
trade.
shared it,
Yeah,
right?
we trade.
And so I got it from my grandmother, I guess. I can't say it just came from me, I guess. She would go up to Hazelton, Glenval, wherever her friends were up, and she would bring food from here. She'd bring it up there and trade them.
My cockles, my clams, all my seafood, I know where they're at. And what my dad taught me when I was a little boy, he said, you go out and you get clams, you get cockles, anything you get. The first place you go when you get home, you go to the hereditary chief. That's our big chief. And he's the first one you give food to, every time. And I'm glad that I was taught how to share my food with other people.